Vigilante: The Crossing is a Barbadian crime drama released in 2015. It was written and directed by Marcia Weeks and stars Melissa Alana as Amy, a white Barbadian woman and teacher, and Kirk Brown as Dexter, a black Barbadian man and ex-con. The film follows Dexter as he returns to Barbados from the USA and finds his community of Baker's Village engulfed in crime. The police are outgunned, unmanned, outnumbered, outplanned, and in the midst of this chaos, Dexter makes a stand. In this segment, I will look at a movie that tells a story about racism, corruption, and how these things can divide and destroy a community.
Between we, boy, this no road tennis. Put down the gun. Let her go. Shoot the man, Roach. Shoot the man. You lose, Dexter. You lose.
The first thing you'll see in Vigilante are the familiar roads, stores, and people of Bridgetown, all set to a voice-over of a radio broadcast alerting the public to a dangerous crime wave that has been raging across the island. As Dexter prepares to step out into the violence that has consumed his community, Amy wraps up her class and checks in with her family, a household of wealthy white Bajans living in a gated community. These distinctions matter because those scenes establish the two worlds in Vigilante: The Crossing: the vulnerable world of black Bajans and the protected life of the rich white Bajans. And as the story unfolds, the film argues that no matter how segregated we are, we can't escape the problems that plague the country, because what affects one of us affects all of us. Attempting to atone for his past crimes and armed with a genuine passion to protect his community, Dexter becomes a vigilante. On this path, he meets Amy, who is on a similar mission to help the Baker's Village community. Now, as the worlds collide, the divisions of black and white, rich and poor, upper class and lower class threaten to violently erupt and destroy everything that the two have worked towards. Vigilante is a world of two colors, both in story and in cinematography. And you can see this when the lighting and use of color in the scenes set in the gated communities of the upper class are contrasted with those used in the scenes set in Baker's Village. The gated communities are colorful, bathed in light, evoking a sense of calm and peace. Baker's Village, however, has harsher, muted tones, evoking a sense of hopelessness and grime. And the result of these colors and lighting choices give the film a well-defined visual style that services the story and highlights the differences between the two worlds. Indeed, much of the story's effectiveness rests on establishing the divides, how people on each side begrudge the other, and how they interact when they clash. In one of the film's standout scenes set during a Baker's Village town hall meeting concerning the wave of crime, Amy is the only white woman in attendance. There, she runs into her family's helper Myrtle, portrayed by Alison Seeley Smith, who is a resident of the village. Myrtle accuses Amy of being complicit in the same racism her family engages in. And as the scene progresses, the residents begin to distrust Amy. This is one of the most intense moments of the movie, and Alison Seeley Smith's sharp delivery and emotionally rich performance deserves a special mention. Vigilante is truly packed with strong performances. Kay Foster's portrayal of the family matriarch Gran is shocking, even unsettling at times, but it's still effective. Adrian Green is a scene stealer in his role as the steely gangster Russian, with his ability to coolly deliver lines like "Big man, this ain't road tennis," and bring on the action with moves fit for a kung fu master. Melissa Alana's portrayal of Amy injects a more dramatic flair that works perfectly in scenes where, much like the town hall meeting, her character is at the end of a tense situation. While at its stronger moments, Vigilante is a genuine glimpse of some of the emotions around racial issues in Barbadian society, it doesn't fully manage to capture the wider scope of the political roots and implications of these problems. Certain plot threads, like Amy's lost baby and Amy's father William Lynch's role in influencing the crime in Baxter's Village, could have added more depth to these discussions, but ultimately the film is unable to fully realize that potential. Vigilante's aim is earnest, to shed light on the racial divide that exists in our country. It's a big task to take on and a conversation that's beyond just one movie, but it certainly offers a thought-provoking and entertaining window into that discussion.